The overall goal of this procedure is to evaluate cardiac electrical function and susceptibility to ventricular arrhythmias in experimental animals following seizures. This is accomplished by first inserting an infusion catheter into a jugular vein of an animal that has undergone seizure activity. Next, electrodes are implanted in thoracic muscles to record cardiac electrocardiograms, or ECGs. ECGs are then recorded under controlled conditions and during jugular vein infusion of an agent that induces cardiac arrhythmias. Finally, ECG records are evaluated. Ultimately, results can be obtained that show seizures alter electrical cardiac function and increase risk of lethal ventricular arrhythmias through analysis of ECG recordings. The seizure-evoked changes in ECG can serve as a prognostic indicator of the risk of sudden cardiac death.
The main advantage of this technique is that these procedures, which are non-invasive in humans, produce recordings of electrical activity of the heart that can be used to predict the risk of lethal cardiac arrhythmias. Furthermore, in animal models, changes in cardiac activity can be directly related to susceptibility of arrhythmias. This method can be used to address the key question in the field of seizure disorders, that is, the relationship between changes in electrical activity of the heart and sudden cardiac death following status epilepticus and an epilepsy.
These techniques have implications for the treatment of seizure disorders, as individuals identified as being at risk for cardiac dysfunction resulting from seizures using this non-invasive procedure could be placed on cardioprotective therapy to reduce the risk of sudden cardiac death.
Though this method can provide insights into cardiac dysfunctions associated with seizure disorders, it can also be applied to any pathological condition, which can be characterized by lethal ventricular arrhythmias and which can be modeled in animals. Generally, individuals familiar with the fundamental surgical techniques of rodents or other small animals should not have any problems.